So many things, honestly. Loads of tears, loads of disappointment. I think this is blocking. Hey loves, is the saturation of this camera good enough for my skin? I think that it's too white. Okay, let's take this down. Okay, I think it's good. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, you already know your baby girl Mara on your screen, and if this is your first time, hey, where have you been? But welcome. You guys, I don't even know why I am so confused with how I want this video to come out. I feel like I don't want this video to be like my typical sit down video. So that being said, in this video I'm going to share with you guys how I manifested my Canada dream, the dream of moving to Canada. And the reason why this is even important to me is because I actually did manifest it, and thinking about it now, I know that I did. And I think that this video is also born out of the fact that I've had a couple of you reach out to me on Instagram to say, hey Mara, I have been denied, or Mara, I've been waiting for so long, and all of that. And then some people think that when I said I got my visa in 10 days, some people thought that I didn't wait at all. My dear, the wait was long. Loads of disappointment, so many things, honestly. Loads of tears went into this journey, but hold on, I'm going to take you guys through that process and how I manifested it, its obstacles and everything that I kind of encountered before, you know, I got here, because I know that you guys have been rocking with me for such a long time and you guys don't really know the backstory. So today I'm going to take you guys back and share that some of my story and how I actually did manifest coming to Canada, and it's actually becoming a reality that I'm living. So if this is your first time seeing my face, you should definitely hit the subscribe button before you leave this channel, okay? But before we forge ahead with that, I have something I want to show you guys, okay? And Tanam, I love my brand so much. The brand that I work with, I love them so much. And when they send me gifts, oh my goodness. Guys, you guys think that this corner is too dark? Okay, how does it work? Hold on 1 minute. I'm gonna increase it because I think that, okay, yeah, okay, we can work with this. Ooh. Let's not lose that focus. Yeah, okay, I love my brand so much. I love the brands that I work with, especially the brands that come back. Okay, so today I want to show you guys this product that I got from Amofoot. So Amofoot is a company that produces and sells good quality footwear, okay, mostly replica of your favorite designer brand. I've worked with this brand like months back. This brand was one of the first brands that I worked with when I started this YouTube journey, and that's why they are special to me, okay? I didn't even have up to 1,000 subscribers, and now we're almost 9,000 subscribers, and we are working with this brand again. Like, I'm so happy. I'll spare you guys the gist and get into the good parts, because that is also the part that I love. So they sent me these two footwears. This one is a Crocs, but first let's see this bad boy here. With Amofoot, you can get replica of most of your designer brands, like most of their footwears. Trust me, you can get it with Amofoot. So I'm going to leave all the details you're going to need to shop from Amofoot in the description box and on the screen, okay? But let's get into the good part. This is actually a Dior sneakers. So this is what it looks like. This cute dust bag. Okay, you guys see, look at how cute this is. Look, it is well detailed, like it feels really solid. Is gorgeous. This is so good. I love it. Okay, let's get into the second item that they sent me. They said this is a gift. They said this is a gift for you, and this is our collaboration with you. It is a Crocs, just like perfect, okay? Perfect, and it feels so soft. This is so cool, and because I've even seen like the original Crocs, I think that this is well done. You would never guess that this is not original Crocs. So thank you so much again, Amofoot, for sending me these footwears. I am literally like obsessed with this one. The packaging is insane. Hey guys, like I said, I'm going to have every link that you're gonna need if you're looking to purchasing like really good footwear. Okay, I'm gonna leave their website in the description box and also get you guys some discount. Okay, I'm gonna put the discount code on the screen. I want you to be able to enjoy some discount as you shop, all right? Because I love discount as well, so I'm gonna plug you guys with some good discount. So that aside, let's get into this video. I want this to be like an interactive video. Is that it? I'm trying to skip through my phone because I know that I had written these things down in my notes as something I wanted to talk to you guys about, but I don't know why I never really made this video. But I guess it's not too late, as I'm actually completing my program here in Canada. It's actually also a good time to reflect on the past and also encourage people that are looking to take in on this journey as well. So let me take you guys a bit back, just in case you know you're seeing me for the first time, you don't really know my journey. I moved to Canada in 2022, August of 2022. In fact, I landed Canada 19th of August 2022. Okay, and yeah, that was also how I started YouTube and you know, every other thing that followed after that. So prior to then, when I finished my undergraduate in Nigeria, I definitely knew that I wanted to come to Canada to do my master's, or rather I knew that I wanted to pursue my master's, but Canada actually was on the list, but I wouldn't say it was on the top list. So I had Canada, I had US, I had Germany, and I had UK. All right, so these were like the top 4 countries that I was looking at, and none of them was at the top most. There were a lot of things that I was considering, cost of living, where I would adapt better and stuff like that. So but I'll save you guys a story. 2 years or a year before I came to Canada, I got admission in the United Kingdom, sorry, and I even got like scholarship to do my master's there, but I rejected it. I just didn't feel the urge. I just felt like at that point I wasn't feeling like going to the UK, so I stayed back doing my thing in Nigeria. I wasn't even bothered, you know, at some point. And I was like, okay, let's try Canada. Canada just came up and I applied to my school, the University of Regina, to do my master's. And after a while, after like less than 2 months, I got my admission. After I got my admission, I dumped it for another almost a year. I'm not even joking, you guys, because I was not really pushed. But one day, I think what pushed me now to start my journey, I'm just giving you guys this background information so you guys would understand my story. Okay, one day I had seen a post that someone that I know had made, and this person was someone I met during NYSC, and she also told me how she wants to do her master's abroad and stuff like that. So we kind of talk about this sometimes, like once in a while. But then I was really blown away when I saw that she had moved to the US to do her master's. And then we were chatting and she was telling me, oh yeah, she finally left. And immediately it was a midnight, you know, because I think it was daytime in the US, or it was midnight in Nigeria. That was when it occurred to me that I have a scholarship or rather I have an admission in Canada. So that was that night. That was when I picked up my laptop. I started researching about visa. Okay, and when I now started researching about visa, because visa is always like the major thing. Sometimes admission is not really the major. Okay, sometimes people also have difficulties with admission, especially now. Admissions take longer than it used to when I came here. So I was like, nah, I'm going to start. Okay, that night I started doing research. That was like the wake-up call for me. Okay, I've had my admission for months. I don't remember, I'm not sure for how long now, but I've had it for months and I never really bothered. But that was the wake-up call for me. Then I was like, okay, we gotta do this. Then I started researching about the whole visa process and everything. And when I got all the information that I needed about visa, I've made videos about Canada, processing your Canada visa here. I'm gonna leave it somewhere here, but I'm working on making an updated one for you guys. So I got all the information, everything that I wanted for my visa. Then, because I'm a very spiritual person, I'm so much of a planner, I like to, you know, have vision of where I'm going to. Then that was when I you know, actively now started manifesting this dream. The first thing I remember that I did, apart from constantly praying about it, which I'm going to get to, was to change my wallpaper to a Canadian. There was this picture. If I can find that picture, I will insert it on the screen for you guys. I should be able to find it because I think I still have it on my phone. I had to use that picture for my wallpaper, whatever, screensaver, or whatever you guys call it, throughout the period I was seeking this process. In fact, when I moved to Canada, I had that as my wallpaper. So that was the first thing I did. And the reason why I did that was to constantly remind myself. I'm also someone that I tend to be in the moment. So if I don't have that constant reminder about things, trust me, I'm going to get carried away with things that are happening at that moment. And that moment was the time that I had just graduated from an interior design school in Nigeria. And I was already, you know, I registered my business. I was already like getting small interior design jobs. So I was feeling like, girl, you're getting a bit comfortable. So I was a bit comfortable. So I could have just forgetting about this dream. So the reason why putting that as my wallpaper was important to me was praying with the pictures, and also seeing that every day that this is the goal that I currently need to focus more on. So that was the first step that I took in like manifesting what I wanted. And then I think that when people, hold on, I'm going to define this. When I talk about manifestation, you know, there is a worldly way of manifesting things, and most of my manifestation was from a Christian perspective. So when I say manifesting, I'm actually trying to call out the blessings that I know that the Lord has ordained for me. So that is what I mean by manifesting, okay? That is my own perspective, right? So I put that there so I can pray with it, so I can always remember that this is what I want. So this is something I always advise people to do. Just have something, even if it's a vision board in your home, if you don't want to have it in front of your phone, whatever it is that you have to do to constantly remind yourself. And this does not really necessarily apply to only people wishing to come to Canada. This is something that I have used in many aspects of my life, right? Even when I feel discouraged and I see these images, they just keep pushing me. And I think the second thing that I also did was to get creative. This is another way I manifested, okay? The first one was having a visual representation of what I want. The second one was getting creative, okay, with the whole process. I always tell people that the process of coming to Canada is a lot of faith. It's a journey of faith, okay? And it's also a journey of skills. You have to have the necessary skills to, you know, build your mindset in line of what you want. And now that brings me to the main thing, because I think that I've kind of hinted you guys that I worked with an educational advisor during my visa process. But trust me, all the creativity that came into the process came from me, because I constantly prayed to God. I constantly did a lot of research that kind of exposed me to so many things. And then I began to think, how would these things fit into my own journey? If you want to understand what I mean by this, I'm going to link a video I made here about getting my visa in 10 days, where I kind of broke down some of those things, okay, for you to see. I now began to think, okay, how can I do this to do this? What account do I use to achieve what I want? You know, you have to just get really creative. And that another part of being creative is also giving yourself time. This is one thing I tell people a lot. If you want to move to a new country or even do anything, take your time in the process. What would it profit you to rush into it and get a negative result? Whereas if you know, bend down, do enough research, just marinate into the whole process, get to understand the whole process, there is a very high chances that you will achieve better results or even be very successful in that than when you just go into it like, oh, let me just do it. Like when you know, fasting the whole process. You get what I mean? That was one thing that I did. I took my time. And imagine, I took all of those months to plan for my visa. I took more than 6 months plus to plan for my visa. When I applied for the visa, it came out in 10 days. But I could usually use 10 days and apply for it and wait forever, or maybe get a negative response. I'm not saying that this is a yardstick to measure getting your visa, or this is going to work for everybody, but it is best that you take your time in gathering your documents and doing the necessary things so that you get it right, than just, you know, rushing into it and not being successful at the end of the day. So one of the ways that I manifested this was to be very creative with my thought, to be very creative with my plans, to be very creative with my writing my personal statement. I took my time. I would write it, I would send it to my brother, and he would, proofread it for me, send it back. I kept working. So this is something I think that it's a way that you can manifest whatever you want by being very creative with it, acquiring the necessary skills that you need. Okay, another thing is patience. When it comes to immigration, you guys, you have to be patient if you want to manifest it good. You have to be patient. You have to give yourself time, because like I already said, if you rush into it, there is a very high tendency that you're going to miss something. So you want to be very patient. Like you're going to wear the patient coat because you will wait. Okay, you will wait, but it's best that you wait and get the desired result, the result that you desired, and wait, and at the end of the day the result is not coming. And then for people that have applied and they got rejected, this is a call for you to try again. I would never advise anybody not to, except if you feel like at this point it's no more what you want. But if it's what you truly want, do not be discouraged. It's very hard. I can imagine going through this process and getting rejected, but for someone like me with my spirit, trust me, I'm going back for it. It might not be easy, but trust me, I never stay down. Okay, I get up. When I go down, trust me to get up, and to get up stronger. So I think that it shouldn't be something that you should be scared of doing. It should be something that you should look at the reasons that they've given you for denial and try your very best, to present, better, make a better representation of those, so that you can pass that stage and get what you want. And the next thing that I did that was very crucial was prayers. Okay, or is prayers, because till now you guys don't play with me, okay? Because this girl, she doesn't play with her God. I don't play with Jesus. This man has been the best. The I don't know, I can't imagine it, a life without God. Because from the process, from the decision itself to come here was God, and the process was God. Even the journey was God. Even being here is still God. So I think that if you're a Christian, if you're whatever God you believe in, Christian, Muslim, and you're watching me, hold dear to your God and pray fervently. And the Bible says that everything that we ask of him in prayers, that he will give us. So anything that is your heart desire, state it to God like that. I think that I also learned to pray to God in a way that, growing up, I kind of thought that praying to God is something like you're seeing a mighty being that is all in front of you, and there's a certain way that I would pray. But I learned to pray to God as my friend, and that changed the game for me. I would come back, I would sit and I would say, Father, this is how the day went. This is the challenges I'm having with my proof of funds. This is challenges I'm having with this and that. I need you. I need you. I can't do this all by myself. I started communicating with God as someone that was my roommate, someone I could come to and say anything. And trust me, oh my goodness, the results were so visible. So I prayed fervently. And I'm also a believer of seed sowing, okay? I sowed seeds. I know that those are topics that are quite controversial, and some people don't believe in it. I'm not here to tell you to believe or not. It's what works for you, whatever rocks your boat, okay? But these are the things that I did that I believe were, a very strong factor for me to get here. I've talked about, because even if you sowed seed, did all those things, prayed, but you don't have the creative thought, you did not put the work, you did not do the research, my dear, God will also be looking at you like this, because God has given you everything that you need. I was listening to Miles Monroe. I told you guys that I love him so much. I was listening to him earlier today, and there's something that he said that kind of resonated with me so much. He said that everything that you need to be successful, the potentials that you need, God has given it to you. They are in you. It is your responsibility to now harness it. God is not going to come and force you and force those things out. He's giving it to you. It's in you. You just have to tap into it and just begin to manifest those things that he's put in you. So that was one way that I think that I really manifested this, by constantly praying and trusting God. Beyond praying, I also applied what was needed of me physically, intellectually, writing, doing my research, being creative with what I was thinking, you know, putting myself in the shoes of the person that is going to review my visa. If this person read this personal statement, if this person saw this letter that I've written, would they be convinced enough to give me the visa? So those are the things that I kind of thought about. Another thing that I did during this period was to work silently. Okay, nobody knew. Even I think the time that my parents got to know that I was in this process was actually when I was almost sure, when I was entering into my visa. And I didn't tell my family, not because they don't mean well. Of course, I'm here today is because of them, okay? But I think that I just really wanted to work this work by myself till I get to a certain phase where I can now, you know, involve people. So when I was needing a lot of help, you know, from family, you know. But then you have to be able to work silently. So I gathered the gist of, when people are leaving, most of my friends got to know that I was leaving the country just after I got my visa, or even like barely before I left. Not, I won't say close friends, not my close friends, but people that I consider acquaintances and people that are around me, right? So you have to be able to keep some of this information to yourself, push your goals by yourself. People celebrate what they see. People don't celebrate what you've told them. They don't celebrate what they hear. They don't celebrate what the ideas. They celebrate the results. The mind of man or the heart of man can be desperately wicked. So you don't even know the thought or what someone is thinking towards you or thinking towards what you've told them. They might also be wanting that for themselves. And even if they are not being hateful, but some people are quite sensitive and they might start feeling a certain way for that result that you want. So it's always best that you keep your goals. I always say it here, I will keep things to myself till they materialize before I talk about them. So it is something that you have to learn, even in this process of moving abroad, even in the process of achieving goals. Learn to keep things to yourself till it is time for people to know. So this was something I did. Most people did not even know I moved till they saw it maybe on social media or YouTube and all of that. All right, so it's something that you have to do. And one thing that you also have to do before, in preparation for this journey, another way that I kind of manifested it too, was saving. I know that when I got my admission, even though I wasn't pushed or I hadn't had the push to start my visa, I started saving money. I had money saved for my whole process, for medicals, everything that I was going to spend on. I had money saved for them. All right, I had money saved. So when I started the process, money was not a hindrance. Like money, I wouldn't say money was not a hindrance, but it was not an obstacle because I had made plans for them. Even though I needed more, but I had plans, I had made plans for them, and I had savings to, you know, pursue what I had prepared. So it's very important that you at least save money down, even with proof of funds. I'm going to leave the link to the proof of fund video somewhere here for you to watch. Even with proof of funds, you want to take your time in building all of that. Okay, so saving money ahead of your journey, or even ahead of you going into the process itself, the process of your visa and all of that, is very important. And to end this video, I would say that the last thing I have for you guys is to remain positive. I think this is also something that really helped me, even throughout the storms, throughout the disappointment that I faced during the process of my visa and everything, of coming here. I remained goddamn positive. Oh my goodness. I was so positive that I would cry, I would wipe off my tears, and I am on the road again trying to make things happen. So it is something that you have to know. Once you start feeling down, once the negativity takes over, failure sometimes is inevitable. So you have to constantly have that mindset of a winner, that mindset or a go-getter, someone that I am willing to do this, I'm going to get this. And because you have the backing of God behind you, beside you, by your side, in your front, anywhere, the devil has no, the devil does not even have a room. So being positive and occupying yourself on your mind with positive thought is something you want to do. You want to listen to people that elevate you positively, people like Joel Osteen, people like Miles Monroe. These are some of my favorite people, like Apostle Joshua Selman. So I was constantly also joining NSPPD. I attend Salvation Ministries when I was back home, so constantly trusting God, constantly praying, and it hasn't changed. Okay, it hasn't changed. It's still the same. I'm still constantly seeking the face of God in everything and constantly praying and joining prayers. So it's something that is constant. It's not something that you do for a phase. Okay, it's important that you kind of like elevate your Christian or your faith during the waiting season, but it's also more important that you know that this is a continued this is a journey that has to continue, not a journey that has to stop at some point and begin again at some point. With these few points, I hope that you guys get the gist, and I hope that I was able to kind of have this interaction, because I know a lot of people are in their waiting season. Even if you're not waiting for visa, you might be waiting on God for so many things: life partner, breakthrough, jobs, promotion, financial breakthrough. There are so many things that we constantly wait on God for, and I pray and I hope that as you continue to wait on Him, that you know that you're not the only one waiting, and a lot of people are waiting, but the difference is that some people wait right. So you have to know how to wait right, and I hope that the things that I've shared, some of them kind of help you in your waiting season and manifesting that which the Lord had already ordained for you, but to call it to being, to call it to manifestation. Thank you guys again for watching. Please like this video if you haven't already. If you watched to this point, you like the video, you like it, so like it, you like it, so like it. And leave me a comment if there are things that you've personally done in your life to manifest my tongue is so dry, to manifest your goals, to manifest things that you've always looked out for. Please leave them in the comment section. There are people watching that really need to hear these things, need to hear this encouragement. Okay, thank you guys so much, and please consider this my first self-improvement video on this channel, because this channel has a section that is supposed to be self-improvement, but for some reason I'm always very shy, or very shy to talk about these things, just because I feel like I won't say I'm not confident, but I'm just shy. I'd rather just not talk about them and just talk to my friends, inspire some of my friends that are closer to me. But coming on to turn a camera and talk about improvement has been a big deal for me. I'm trying my best to get off that shell and be able to really share with you guys and inspire and encourage all of us so that we can learn and really grow and thrive together. Thank you guys again for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye bye.